What's going on behind those eyes?
Be really simple to write
Yeah,
as far as
everybody's
dialogue.
like, side-eyeing everybody. And they're just like, ooh.
Come on, Bullseye!
Hey, wait for us!
Car!
You got a friend in.
Clear!
You know, what's interesting when you have Jessie as the lead is like within the first, 15 minutes, she's on the phone with Woody and she basically says out loud, like, I don't know, Woody, is it me? Is it my fault? And I'm like, that took Woody a whole film to like come to like, and it's such a female thing to immediately just say out loud, like the very deep fear that she has. And it's why we love Jessie. It's because she kind of wears her heart on their sleeve. She's right, kind of her emotional sensitivity and like all of her kind of nervous energy is the thing that makes this movie so much fun, is because she gets to like run the room the way only she would run it, and her reactions and her behavior is so different from the way kind of Woody would do it.
It's a different perspective. The minute she came out of the box, she was like that.
Yeah, and she's slightly unhinged, which is so fun to watch. She's like ready to wrestle at any given point.
I'm gonna have some words with this lily pad and let her know how things are run around here.
Try to stay calm, Jesse.
Buzz, you know me. I'm the definition of calm.
That's not gonna work.
It took a long time to get the plotting to work to the proper way to bring out a deeper healing for Jessie. I always knew it would be cathartic. It was just what scenario would be the proper way to give her that catharsis. We had several other scenarios that got you there that if you just watched them in isolation, they all made you move, but this one had to work for all the other parts of the story about how it worked for Bonnie developing to become friends with somebody and with tech and technology.
It was very emotional. I would say the most emotional Toy Story moment ever.
Oh.
Well, that's a big statement.
Oh,
That's,
okay, I'll take it. You may not take it, I'll take it.
That anybody feels that way, I'm honored.
Or, of course, we had Andy parting with the toys in Toy Story 3.
I know.
Which is
gnarly.
That's
another one.
Mount
That's
Everest.
you're like,
It's the Mount Everest for most people.
I'm going to keep going. The incinerator, also
I
in
know.
Toy Story 3.
The incinerator moment, everybody's like, that is so brutal.
Deep, some dark stuff.
That's some dark stuff.
Finally, we have Jessie's song in Toy Story 2.
Yes.
Which, if you're watching this movie, you hear
They're the sisters.
That
You can't have this movie without two.
And that theme, which is Jessie's theme, is playing so subtly in so many of these scenes, which you're not even realizing how much it evokes kind of emotionally as you're kind of back in some ways where Jessie kind of came from.
It's woven in there way more than you think.
I want to talk to you, Device.
Please, call me Lily.
Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends with the Jordan twins across the street.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it with
it.
all your stupid... You're not even listening to me.
Oh, no, I was listening. I'm always listening. See? Now look here. Me and the toys have been working all summer to try to get Bonnie to make friends with the Jordan twins. Now in Spanish. Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado de la calle.
And in this film, obviously, we have tech, but now we've got like AI-powered toys coming out. So do you think you could see a future in which Woody and gang would battle AI?
I could see anything possible. It kind of depends on, in a weird way, the devices had to stick around for a while for me to say this wasn't just a fad. I'd want it to be about something that really is kind of timeless. And I think devices sort of have changed the household and been around for almost a decade now, much like TV came into the household in the 50s. I just don't think it's changing. I don't think we ever went too dark because we knew we didn't want her to be evil. We wanted her to just be so good at her job and confident that she didn't even compete. We did have a sequence where she did more than operate the Roomba. Like we had more smart things in the house, and so she was able to like
them.
Yeah, she was like, no matter where the toys ran, like suddenly the treadmill was on and suddenly they're thrown in boxes.
Like the Roomba was
the
actually like
sprinkler
going
system
after
and the
them.
AC system. The house was
the
more
whole
smart.
house was smart, and so she was
And so
able
it was
to
kind of-
literally like control the house.
It was like a poltergeist moment.
Yeah.
But it worked, but we just calmed it all down.
Yeah,
Did it make you realize that there were other Toy Story characters that could maybe step up?
they could step up.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that this opens the door for people's expectations to change, to go, it could go in any other direction. It just has to be worthy of our time for 90 minutes and say something special about childhood and toys.
I would love an Aliens movie.
Yeah,
I would too.
what's going on behind those eyes?
Be really simple to write
Yeah,
as far
everybody's
as
just
dialogue.
like, it's just all reactions.
Yeah.
They're just like side-eyeing everybody. They're just like, oh.
Yeah.
It's been too long, Woody.
Came here as fast as I could after Jesse called for help.
Oh, thank you!
We've got it handled. Look, star, deputy, me, no star.
Oh, hey, Buzz, what is that?
What? Where?
Ow.
Hey.
When these two don't get to see each other much and Woody reunites with Buzz, it's like the old college handshake. Like they're just play acting how they literally first met on the bed, but it's from a nostalgic, reminiscing guy kind of like softy, nice to see you again, and a shared memory just between the two of them. That's what I thought was evocative about it.
They're like brothers.
So they spend enough time together in a car, they're just, I don't care how old you are, you revert back to your old antics.
We have conversations around like, and it's more from, again, us all being fans of these characters and their dynamics. You'll find that we'll be like, I'm craving a moment where they're like alone together and just having like a real moment. Or they'll have gags will come up from animators or from everybody else, like that just have fun in a shot. They'll just actually create a moment as they're animating. But there's like that sweet, tender moment of the two of them underneath the bed at one point that they're talking about Jesse, and that came from just everybody being like craving a moment, just a soft moment between the two of them.
You just want to know that they know each other that well, that even though they haven't seen each other, just that heavy sigh, and you want
can read each other.
You want that kind of a friend who like they get it, they know what's going on with you, and you never had to say a thing, and they just put a hand on your shoulder and say it's going to be okay. You have to earn that.
Tom and Tim. I mean, those two are just, they banter.
The elbows start going. You have the movies to blame that they have a friendship.
They've just known each other for 30 years because of these movies, right?
Yeah.
So it's like they've done press together, they've done so many interviews together about their characters, and they've kind of started to develop the dynamic that their characters have, which is so fun.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toy.
Andrew's famous for, and your style is to play through on ideas and just to kind of put them all the way up, and then let's see if it's working or not working. So sometimes those ideas will go on for like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of put them up and go like, is that working? Do we love it better than the last idea? Is it fitting within the larger idea? And if we're making changes, let's just play it through and see if it earns its keep. So they'll live for a while.
We had other fantasies where
you guys had crazy.
Jesse was James Bond and Smarty was like a German Bond villain.
Yeah.
That stole the baby.
It was like some random baby that you guys
I have some baby.
I have some baby. Yeah.
It was very funny.
It was Andrew wanting to try on all his accents when you were doing
and then Conan did it too. He did a good German accent.
Yeah, and there was like a stagecoach that was like
it was
careening
weird.
around with a
That had to go because everything else changed. That's half the fun of working on these, is the discovery of like, oh, what if we do go that far? I mean, we used to joke about Andy going to college so much, then we said, what if he did? And we laughed for a night, and then we paused and said, wait, what if we do? So that's the joy, is like trying these things you just actually think you couldn't do, but suddenly you find a way in.
And Kenna Harris, the co-writer and co-director, was like, I really, 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 really want them to be married.
Yep.
And I want
Nobody
them,
argued it, but
and I want them to get a proposal, and I want them to kiss. And everybody was like, okay.
Yep.
And so and so it was, sometimes it's just somebody who's like, I have a vision, and we're going to go for it. And then watching it executed, you're like, of course, that's what we're going to do. It's
never
great.
look back.
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
There's something special about letting so many years go by, and then we come back and visit, and we've all grown and changed. It's about growing up, and we let the kids grow up, and we let life pass on. There's just a special voodoo about it that if you just lean into time passing, it seems to deliver.
As I say, they're becoming so human. Like, we've had a live-action Barbie movie. Could we get like a live-action?
God,
that's
I
like a
hope
hat on
not.
top of a hat.
I hope not. Please,
hope
God,
not.
no. Don't say that loudly. Don't say that loudly. You know that Disney's going to be like,
I know. Is Disney listening right now?
no. The answer is hard no.
Hard no.